How's it going, everyone? So welcome to the very first recap video of Season 2 of our now 6-man network game on the great game that is Championship Manager 0102. So as you'll see from previous videos, which can be found in a separate playlist, there were 7 of us that took part in a season using the October 2024 data update with some tweaks and things put on from Nick's Patcher. So it was a great season. We all put in £10. And it was a great season. You'll find out how that all went from, as I say, the videos in a previous playlist. So this time round we've got 6 of us. We've got 1 man less. It's a bit of a change of the guard. So Anthony and David, who competed last time, are now not in for Season 2. They didn't sign up for Season 2. David, as you'll know from the previous videos, he basically went AWOL from the network game. He sort of gave up, and after a couple of sessions, and unfortunately didn't take part again. Anthony, who saw it out, had a couple of holiday sessions here and there, but was genuinely pretty committed to the cause. He's decided not to sign up for this season. So you've got myself, Alex, Rodney, Johnny and Adnan. Just trying to think, is that 5 of us? Yeah, so myself, Alex, Rodney, Johnny and Adnan from the last the last network game have signed up again and paid our £10. Only this time round we've got a new person, Stuart Danton, who is came in as a 6th person. So you'll see from the draw, there was a draw done on the Wheel of Names. That video will be part of this playlist. You'll see that before this if you watch through on the playlist. And yeah, basically I drew it out. So the idea was we were going to continue with the save game, but this time round we'd all be different teams. We weren't allowed to be the same team as last time. We had to be different teams. So the same 7 teams went into the draw, and the way it happened was, as you'll see from the video, it went in order of who finished first. So Alex won the last Premier League with Man City, so he was spun first. Johnny comes second in the Premier League, so he was spun second, and so on. And Stuart, because he's the newbie, he was spun last. So basically they were all spun out. So Alex got Liverpool this time round. He was Man City last time. Johnny got Newcastle. He was Manchester United last time. Rodney got Arsenal. He was Chelsea last time round. Adnan got Manchester United. He was Arsenal last time round. Myself, I got Chelsea, and I was Newcastle last time round. And Stuart, he obviously didn't take part in the last game. He basically had last pickings, and he could have got Tottenham or Man City, and he actually got his beloved Tottenham, who he supports in real life. So I think he was quite happy with that. And that meant that Man City were left to be AI controlled by the computer. So let's load the game up. So that's the old save, last season's. This is this network game. I'll load it up quick and we'll see where we're at. So you'll see there is everyone who's taking part at their selected new clubs. And yeah, here's me to start with. No games were played whatsoever. It was a basic 3.5 hour session. Not even that, I don't think. Was it 3.5? Yeah, I think it was about 2.5 hours of just basically going through the transfer market, looking who we can sign, all of us, and setting tactics and training up. So no games were played. All being well, that was probably a good thing, because Stuart Danton didn't take part in this session. Unfortunately, he had a personal issue come up, and you know, personal things are much more important than a computer game. So yeah, Stuart couldn't unfortunately make the first session, but it's no big deal because, as I say, no games were played. He hasn't missed out or anything. All he's missed out on basically is a few weeks of the game season to sign players. But what Stuart is going to do, he's actually going to load the save game up himself this week, and he's going to have a little scour through, see who he's interested in buying, test a few bids, see who would come to him and things like that. And then when hopefully he takes part this Sunday, all being well, he will have a bit of a head start there to be able to start getting his players in before we kick off the season. So yeah, everyone took part apart from Stuart in this one. So let's have a look. You'll probably be able to see from my squad list there who I've signed. So before we do anything, I'm going to show you the rules. So let's get that up. Hopefully you'll be able to see all of that. So the rules are exactly the same as last time round. The only thing that I've added to the rules, because obviously we are going into a season 2, is this part here. Oh, bear with me. I'll just highlight it. That bit there. Future transfers that have been arranged before you took over don't count towards your 5. So basically, some future transfers were arranged, whether that was by the last manager in charge or whether it was just sort of computer arranged. They don't count towards your 5 incomings. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same as last time round. Oh, sorry, bear with me. Moving the screen there. So let's just show you it for a bit of completion. That's the last of the rules there. Just in case you want to pause the video, have a little read through at your leisure, just to know how it's all working. But yeah, that's the rules of our game. So I'll close that up. This here is how the winnings will get paid out, sort of going on different scenarios. So for example, you'll see there, if a human player wins the Premier League, a human player wins the FA Cup, and a human player wins the League Cup, the human player will get 35 for the Premier League win. The FA Cup human player will get £15. The League Cup winner, if it's a human player, will get £10, which amounts to the £60 which has been put in by the 6 of us. And these are just the different scenarios of what happens in terms of the money if certain scenarios happen. Again, I'll scroll down for a bit of completion so you can see all the different scenarios. It's only that last one there. And yeah, again, if you want to pause, familiarise yourself with that, be my guest. But yeah, that is effectively what will happen in terms of the money payouts. Okay, so let's go back to the game. So as you know, I'm Chelsea manager this time round. I was Newcastle manager last time round. Let's see who I've started to bring in. So these two here, Estevao and Paez, I think that's how you pronounce them, were actually future transfers which were arranged previously, so they don't count as my 5. And I'm glad about that, to be honest with you, because it means I can get 5 of my own players in. But these guys look brilliant. I mean, this bloke looks brilliant, fantastic stats for an 18-year-old. So I'm well happy with that, especially because it's not counting towards my 5. So yeah, he looks pucker, and this guy's young as well. Looks okay. Looks like he can morph into someone good. More than happy to have him. Did they both? I know he come from Palma. So yeah, them two were future transfers. So again, as I say, they don't count towards my 5. I'll come back to this in a minute, but there's actually some more future transfers there, which are coming from Chelsea reserves. And again, they won't count towards my 5 because they were already arranged. As you'll see there, I've put in bids for a couple of players, but I won't be able to afford them because I'll explain in a minute why. So I've signed 4 out of my 5 players. So I needed a goalkeeper. These were the players that I sold. Some of these were future transferred, like Sterling and Jackson and Pete Cucurella, which I was a bit gutted about, to be honest. I don't know what Rodney was thinking there selling him, because I could have used him this season without a doubt, but I had no way of cancelling that. Rodney had already allowed that to go through, and to West Ham as well, a bit of a shocker, and it actually upset some players in my squad, like Reece James, I think, had an unhappy thing next to him, and he said he was annoyed that he'd gone, so he would have been one I would have kept around, that's for sure, but I couldn't do nothing. So yeah, as I say, some of these were already set, but I did get rid of Arrizabalaga, Sanchez, who was the goalkeeper last season and is the keeper in real life. I got rid of him. Didn't really rate him for what I wanted to do. And Kunku I surprisingly sold. Got some good stats there. I got rid of him. Didn't think I was going to use him. And Felix I got rid of as well. João Felix to Inter. I think that might have been it. But yeah, I replaced Sanchez with the Dortmund keeper, Gregor Kobel, the Swiss keeper. Some good stats there. Happy with that, 50 million. Brought him in to bring him in as my number 1. Sadio Mane, surprise there. 33 years old, getting on a bit now, but still got good stats, Premier League experience and a lot to offer the team. I was happy with that, especially at £5 million. Yeah, very happy with that. So I've brought him back to the Premier League, and plan on using him. He's versatile, can play all along the line. Good signing that. This guy, look at the stats on that for a centre back, solid centre back there. Antonio Silva from Benfica, £56 million. Brought him in, looks solid. Him, I'm really happy with that. And then this guy, I signed on a bit of a panic really, because I needed another right or left back, and this guy can play there, but looking at his stats upon signing him, they're good, they're very good, but he's more of an attacking player. I don't think his defending qualities are that good. So strength, tackling, pretty low, to be honest with you. Bravery, heading, you'd expect a bit more. So he's clearly better going forward than he is defending, and I originally signed him to be a defender, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I can use him defensively and hope for the best, and then use him going forward as well. So we'll use him. Scored a few goals for Porto last season, albeit it's a weaker league. So yeah, 4 out of my 5 there. I've got 1 left to come in, but this is where I have a problem now. So this guy, I was desperate to get him. Look at the contract I've given him. 300,000 per week. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. When you look at, let's have a look, for instance, I think you can look at the wages, can't you? Bear with me. Is there wages? Basic wage. So yeah, Palmer's on 250, and you'd say he's our best player. Then you got Fernandes, and then Silva on 300 eclipses them. I mean, yeah, crazy. But I had a lot of money in the bank, and I thought, lovely, I can get 1 more in. But by doing that 300,000 a week, it's now put my finances at secure. It was rich, it's secure, and look at the finances now. 2 million to spend, and the balance is 48. So clearly I'm going to be hemorrhaging a lot of money with this, but I mean, the plus is I'm probably only going to be at Chelsea for 1 season, so it's not going to matter too much, unless of course we continue with this save and think, right, oh, this time round we're just going to stay at our clubs for another season. Then I could be in trouble. But if it's a 1 season thing like last time, I'll get away with it, and the next guy will have to worry about it. But yeah, that's that. You are allowed 2 loans, and I brought this guy in who I tried to get for Newcastle last season because he was on loan. on the loan list then. He's okay, nothing amazing, but he's got fairly decent stats, and he'll beef up my midfield a little bit, give me a bit of squad depth. I know that Rodney was trying to get him at Arsenal. Quite pleased as a loan signing there. So yeah, tactic wise, I'm going to try and go with what I started off at Newcastle, only this time round it might work better because I've got a few better players, I think. I won't go into the player things too much at the minute, but this is not confirmed yet, but might be how I'm looking to line up. The captain I've not set yet. Fernandes is obviously been put there for a minute. So yeah, that's me. So let's start with Alex, because he won the Premier League last time. Liverpool. How's Alex getting on? So Alex, that was already arranged, as we know that's happening in real life. But I think he was a bit disappointed because he didn't want to cancel it because he's a decent keeper. You can see that by his stats. But it took a lot of his money, and he said that afterwards. He said, "Oh, bloody hell, that's ate a load of my transfer budget up." So that's give him a bit of a problem there by allowing that, when probably he should have cancelled it to allow himself to have a bit more funds. But it is what it is, especially if you got Alisson. Did you need him really? You know. But yeah, it is what it is. This was a shock. Olivier Giroud, a 38-year-old, as we know, certainly done a job in his career for teams like Chelsea and Arsenal and Milan. You see there from his history. But yeah, back in the Premier League with Alex there for 550k. A right surprise of a move there, but why not? It's a bit of experience, somebody to sit on the bench and come on and get you a goal if need be. But I think Alex will be a bit disappointed that that's the only guy he's brought in of his own merit there. Don't know if he's got this guy coming. We know about. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I know about this guy. We got him from Chelsea. Looks good. Looks very, very good. So yeah, even though he's a young lad, looks decent. Hope he's like that in real life for us. Players out. He sold Nunes and Simicas. Got rid of Nunes there, so he's obviously raised a few funds there. Has he got any loans in? No. What's his finances like? So he has got 94 mil there. He's got money to spend. So yeah, perhaps that Nunes sale and Simicas raised a bit of money for him. But yeah, that's Alex as far. Tactics not up yet. Let's go to Johnny. This is an interesting one for me. Newcastle. So the team that I managed. Yeah, let's see who Johnny's bringing in. So we brought in Stephen Bergwijn from Al Ittihad. Decent signing. Ex-Tottenham player. Yeah, nice one to pull out the bag there for Johnny. And then he brought this guy in who I'd never heard of, but looks decent. Got some good stats there. Looks a solid DMC there, defensive midfielder. Yeah, decent. Funny as well that Sunderland had him on loan, and obviously Sunderland are Newcastle's big rivals there, so he's actually moved to their big rivals. So yeah, that's Johnny so far. 2 out of his 5 out. Well, a lot of these were going out anyway, because of what I did last season. A lot of these went on the Bosman and things like that, so a lot of these going out are my doing. Whether that's made Johnny happy or not, I don't know. I'm not sure any else of them are any of his doing. There's no loans in, no loans out, no future transfers, I believe. Yeah, okay. That's Johnny. Then we got Adnan with Adnan. Who's Adnan? I'm trying to bloody think. Oh, he's Man United. Here we go. Well, Adnan, what can I say about that guy? He is shrewd as anything. in the transfer market. He pulls off the most amazing transfers. He did it with Arsenal. He's done it again here. Look at these guys. He's done all 5 of his. So, I can't pronounce that. Reinders. £75 million. He spent a hell of a lot of money on him. But it must be good. So you got him in. Also, look at the money he spent. Man, with Man United that healthy, Johnny must have left them in a crazy financial state. Because that's a hell of a lot of money. Gula, quality player, Turkish player from Real Madrid. That's a great signing, that one. Honestly, Emerson Royal, ex-Tottenham player. He's brought him in. This guy, I was in talks with him. I put in a 60 mil bid. He wanted to come, had the contract sent off. I put a little things that he was asking for down a little bit, like the signing on fee and that cost me because obviously Adnan snuck in there, nicked him off me, so he ended up rejecting me for him, and I was gutted about that one because I thought, lovely, I'm getting this guy, I've got him, I've got the keeper, this is looking good, I'm going to look strong here. I thought he was a nailed on, and Adnan's nicked him, so I was very gutted about that one. Looks quality, would have been a great left back for me, but Adnan nicked him, fair play to him. And then Osimhen as well, look, Victor Osimhen, unbelievable business from Adnan. You can only applaud him for that. He's made Man United flipping strong there, he really has. 5 fantastic signings. Future transfer wise, they will be the 4 that come in, that won't affect his 5 because they were already arranged. He's got a loan guy in. I'm not sure if Adnan arranged that or not. He might have done, just for the sake of having a loan in. Why not? He might not have, but yeah, that's a loan signing. I don't know. I'll have to check with that whether that was Adnan's loan signing or not, because he's allowed 2, but don't know if he must have brought him in, but yeah, I don't know. And they were the players that he got out. This was a shock, and I actually went in for him. I tried to sign this guy because he done really well for Johnny last season. So Johnny signed this bloke, Marcus Thuram from Inter. He banged 19 goals in, pretty good season. Adnan didn't fancy him, didn't want him, and made a huge profit on him. Got rid of him, sold him, and I was in for him. I think he wanted to come, but he chose Leipzig. Because I was going to play him on the left. I was going to play him on the left, not as a striker on the left. But yeah, didn't want me, so that was a bit gutting, but hey ho. So yeah, that is Adnan. So who's next? Rodney at Arsenal. Well, Rodney was struggling to get players in, just as he did with Chelsea last season. Getting frustrated, nobody accepting him, and I think he was struggling with money and things like that. But look at that, he's pulled in 2 cracking players here. Never heard of them. Look at the stats on these guys, young, an 18-year-old Italian. Look at the stats on him. Yeah, great signing, that one. And then this guy as well, look at the stats on him, 20-year-old. Cracking bit of business from Rodney. Pulled them completely out of the bag. Nobody'd heard of them. Suddenly things looking good for Rodney now in terms of that. They were the players that have gone out. Future transfers, he's got 1 coming in from the reserves, which won't count towards his 5. He's actually selling this, trying to sell this bloke. Loans, no loans in. Yeah, there you go. So that was Rodney. Yeah. So Stewart, as we know, was on holiday for the session, so he wouldn't have signed anybody because he wasn't there, he wasn't present. A couple of players have gone on the Bosman. Not, well, he's 37, Fraser Forster, and this guy's getting on. I don't think Stewart would be too gutted to have lost him, to be honest. He's got a guy coming in from the reserves, which won't count towards his 5. No loans in. So he's manager, but he wasn't there. So next time he hopefully joins on this Sunday, he will be able to sign some players in and beef up his squad. So yeah, Stewart. So what's the first set of fixtures in the league? That's it. We're all playing as you'd expect. I've got Villa. United have got Ipswich, Liverpool, Borough, Newcastle, Palace, Arsenal, Sunderland, Tottenham, Leicester. That's the first fixtures. But before that, you will have the Community Shield, which will be Rodney with his new Arsenal outfit against an AI-controlled Man City, who are the champions. Yeah. So let's just get a recap on who was signed last season. So I'm obviously Chelsea manager now, but these were the players that Rodney brought in for Chelsea. All still at the club. I've not got rid of any of them. He looks pretty good, that guy. I didn't know about that, but he looks good. So I've got not rid of none of them. Rodney in charge of these now, but this was Adnan. I think he's actually trying to get rid of Grealish. Pretty sure he's put Grealish on the transfer market. No, he hasn't. I think he did, but he must have took him off. So Alex in charge of Liverpool now. It was Anthony last time. All 3 of them still there. Johnny was in charge of United last time. Adnan now. So this guy, reserves, Robin Olsen. Thuram, as we know, has been sold. Kamara and Hudson-Odoi. And then Newcastle, Vardy. These were my signings, still there. Eze, still there. Gahey, still there. Jordan Henderson, still there. Tottenham, Iwobi in the reserves. Sané still there. This guy still there. Still there. Still there. And City, who were controlled by Alex but are now AI controlled. Let's have a look at City actually. They've got some players out there. Diaz, well, he went. So they have got rid of some players there, City. Let's have a look. Still there. Still there. Still there. Bukayo Saka with the number 1. It's a strange one. There. And there. So yeah, that's it for session 1. Looking forward to session 2, where we might even get some games played in. Hopefully all 6 of us are online. World's our oyster with this save. I mean, I'd like to carry on with it for many seasons. There's a lot we could do. I think after this season I'm going to try and get people to play out the World Cup, because we'll have the World Cup competition. A draw for that's in December. So I think we'll, as a spin-off, we'll all get in charge of a team and a nation in that and go through the World Cup. That'll be interesting. And then maybe even continue with season 3, where perhaps we can have new teams, swap the teams around again, or even have our team that we've got now for a second season. Or we could go lower, bottom half of the Premier, like have teams like Everton, West Ham, draw them teams out as a change instead of having the top ones. Or maybe even go to a different league. Actually, we can't go to a different league because we've only got the English league on in competitions. But yeah, we could change it up. Maybe do a relegation battle, world's our oyster with this save. But before we even think about that, let's get season 2 done. So yeah, this session was played out on the 6th of April, Sunday at 7:30. The next one will be this Sunday coming. Yeah, looking forward to it. I think that's pretty much everything for now to cover for the first recap video. As I say, hopefully we'll have all 6 on this week. Hopefully Stuart will be on. He'll be able to start signing his players, getting his team together, and then it's going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited about this because it's an interesting one because we've took on somebody else's team and we're now putting our spin on it, our stamp on it, I should say. So yeah, look forward to it. So yeah, see you for the second video.